I wanted to make a video today about expatriation, a small guide about expatriating yourself, living in another country. That's could be a solution for reinvention after 40, 50. Yeah, changing country might not be the only way to redo your life, but it might be something that you are thinking about. So I'm not an expert. I can just tell you about my own experience of relocation. I'm currently in Santa Pola, near Elche on the Mediterranean coast. So it's a good occasion to do such a video about relocation. For those who don't know me, my name is Patrice. I'm an expat in Spain from Canada. I've been now living for 3 years in Spain. Before that, I was traveling on my bike, traveling 10 months solo, changing place every single night. So that's exhausting. It's a good way to travel, but it's tiring. I lived 1 year in France with my kids and my ex-wife, and I travel all over the southwest United States, northeast into the United States, Canada, Quebec, Ontario, the Maritimes. So I got quite some experience traveling, but I'm a rookie expat. I'm not a professional. I can just tell you about my own experience. So the first thing that you need to consider when you want to live and move abroad is the choice of country, obviously. All countries have their pros and cons. Some are cheaper, some you will have the sunshine, more job opportunities. So it's important to take the time to reflect on what are your criteria and what do you need as a relocation place. For me, the goal was to, after my bike trip, I wanted to settle. I was tired of the cold and I didn't want to live in Canada, Quebec anymore. So the choice was to drive to Mexico and establish myself maybe in the Cancun area with direct flights from Quebec. But then I met my second wife, and she's Italian. She didn't want to live in Canada either. So the choice was more into Europe because it was easier for her to get the residency, and for me, since I was married to her, it was easier for me also. One of the things that when you will have to consider which country you want to be in would be the visa. Is it easy for you to get a visa? As I said, I was married to a European citizen, so for me it was easier. It was still a long process that I had to provide tons of documents to make it work, even if I was married to an Italian citizen. For her it was a formality. For me it was a bit easier, but still it's a process that you need to take into account when you're moving from country to country. You can agree or disagree on the reasons for why we need those visas, but we cannot control that. If you want to relocate, you will need to have a visa, be able to live in the country that you choose, or and work in that country. The other point that might influence your decision is the language. It is hard because I don't speak Spanish well enough to really integrate, and it's not just to order stuff at the restaurant, but it's also to make connection, find a job, hear what people are saying, really be integrated into your new environment. If you have a chance to learn some of the language before moving, I think it's the best option. So you have a base when you come to the country. I had a base, but don't assume that what you learn in Duolingo is enough for fluent communication when you are abroad. It's more of a video game than a real tool to learn. So yeah, try to learn as much of the language to better integrate into your place of stay. Which brings me to the professional network. Would it be easy for you to get some work, get some money in? If you're retired, maybe it's not something that you have to consider. But if you're still active, maybe you need some income, and that for me the solution was freelancing, because I could be less dependent on the local job market. I could just offer my service as a freelance and have freedom of location. So wherever I was going to end my chapter of life, I knew that I could not just depend on the local economy, but also to this freelancing service. So if you have an occasion to start freelancing, I think it's a good option to broaden your options. You're not limited to just one local economy for work, but you can also work for international clients and make more money and afford the cost of living in a country that is cheaper, even if you don't have a job in that country. Speaking of work and freelance, yeah, I think with platforms today it's easy-ish. It's not easy because you still need to work a lot to get contract, find a client, but at least you can work from anywhere and have that freedom of choosing a new country. One of the other aspects, it's the cost of living. I know I'm still in Europe. Europe is not that cheap, but at least it's cheaper than what I would have in France or Canada. And well, the weather and safety, public system, healthcare, everything is well, that's my choice and my final country, I hope. The only thing is to get enough Spanish so I can integrate more easily in my new society. I thought about maybe returning to Canada. It's not really an option for me because Canada is cold, it's expensive, it's it's car-centric. That's what I was searching, and it's very independent thinking, independent-minded. Everyone is for each to its own. And I thought about maybe returning to France because I really enjoyed France, and it would be my language, would be much easier. Would I have more job opportunity in France? Maybe, but since I'm freelancing and I'm working with international clients, that's less of an issue. Of course, it would be easier for networking, meeting people, finding studios that can work with me. But I would have to start again from scratch. I have no visa, no residency permit, no work permit. The cost of living is higher, the weather is rainier. Here it's always sunny, so for me it's important to have a place where I can see the sunshine. So all in all, I don't know if I'm gonna move because it would mean restarting all over from scratch, while here the only blocking is really to learn Spanish. I have full control on that. I can learn Spanish and integrate it. First in France, but I would have to fight with all the bureaucracy, paperwork, do the visa, find a place to stay. It's not as easy, and France is not known as a cheap country either. So all in all, in my reinvention as an expat, I think Spain works fine for me. I'm not sure if Elche would be my final destination. Maybe I will move at some point, but for now, Spain is fine. And so, yeah, if you're thinking about relocation, if this is something that you think could work for you to reinvent yourself, there's criteria that you need to follow, and follow your heart. It's your life. You just have one. We're no longer 20 years old with all the life in front of us. We're 40, 50, 60 years old even. Relocation is a good way to reset one's life. And I'm not saying that it's easy or it's for everyone, but it's doable and it's a decent option for reinventing your life. So if you like what I'm doing, make sure that you like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.